Welcome back, everybody, and in today's second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for July 15th, I have one main thing I want to cover. However, there's a bunch of things that it kind of surrounds. So, if you didn't get to see my stimulus update video for this morning, I did that earlier today, about 5-6 hours ago. Make sure you go and watch that. I'll put a link down in the description box below so that you can go and see that. But here's what I want to address today. We are just 5 days away from the Senate starting negotiations that are going to turn ugly. I mentioned this earlier this morning. I mentioned this yesterday as well, that this is starting to turn into a political campaign. And the American people, you and I, are going to be caught in the middle of it. Now, are we going to receive any benefits from this smear campaign? Maybe not. But we need to be aware of what's going on. Over the last few days and even the last couple weeks, we have the Democratic Party and we got the Republican Party. And they have both been jockeying for position to start these negotiations, which are going to happen on July 20th. In regarding the next stimulus package, the second stimulus check, additional unemployment, state and local government funding, all this stuff. But here's the problem. The huge problem is we got Democrats saying one thing, we have Republicans saying something else. But is this truly what they mean? This is what we don't know. Until a bill is passed, we have no clue what people are really meaning. We don't know what Mitch McConnell actually wants. We don't know what President Donald Trump really believes and thinks the American people need. Are these people just out there trying to, get and win our vote come November? That's something we don't know. And this is what's been happening over the last few days. And I think it's only going to get worse over the next couple days. It's going to get worse next week. And I think in 2 weeks, it is going to be completely bad. So here's what we need to understand. And let me give an example. Take the second stimulus check, for example. Democrats have already passed a bill through the House, which is pretty much run, majority owned or ran by the Democrats, not the Republicans. Republicans run the Senate. So the Democrats have already passed a bill through the House called the HEROES Act. In that bill, Democrats want $1,200 to even more people than in the HEROES Act. That's good. I think we need that. Republicans want, from what many reports are saying, less than $1,200, and they want to target specific people. So that means less people receive it and there's less funds for those people. That's not great to hear. Now, in regards to unemployment, Democrats want $600 per week as a boost for extended unemployment, and they want that to run through the end of the year. Okay, that sounds like it's a good idea. It's going to give more people money. But the Republicans want $200 to $400 per week with no really, timeline as to how long it goes. So these, I think, are their ideas of jockeying for position. Democrats, do they really want $600 per week? Many people believe that they do not want $600 per week, that they think even less would be better, because too many people are making more than what they normally would at their regular job, which in most cases, it doesn't really seem fair. Right? It just doesn't seem fair that you make more to sit at home or waiting to go back to work than actually working. But who knows? Now let me give you an example of somebody that's really fighting for their position. All right? They're really jockeying for position leading up to this November election. All right. So just this week, Senator, who's a Democrat, Charles Schumer, said they will put pressure on the Senate to include more tax deductions to state and local governments. Now, when he stated this, the reason why they want more tax deductions for state and local governments is because this would essentially help more people put more money back into their pockets. It would help them keep their hard-earned money. All right, this is good. I like this. I like that I can go to work, I can make all this money, and I get to keep most of it. I don't have to pay it all in taxes. I like that idea. That's a good idea. However, here's the problem. In order for people to benefit from a tax deduction for going back to work, making more money, they need to go back to work. They need to feel safe that they can go back to work. Businesses need to open up. So just because you want a tax deduction does not mean it's really going to benefit everybody if people are not going back to work, if unemployment is not extended, if essential workers don't get some type of bonus. I have seen a couple reports stating that multiple countries, not the United States, are fighting to give essential workers, and when I say essential workers, it's mainly police officers, firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, nurses, doctors, people in the medical field, some retail stores as well. But they are fighting to get some type of funding for these people. It may only be, $200, $300, $400 a month, but it's still something. Okay, because a lot of essential workers feel like they're being left out, and I get it. I think they are. Now, in regards to what Senator Charles Schumer said, okay, he goes on to state if this is not implemented, if the tax deductions or more tax deductions are not implemented now, then he will take it upon himself to pass this when the Democrats win over the Senate. So he pretty much just stated that when we win the Senate, because it's not ran by the Democrats. The House is run by the Democrats. The Senate is run by Republicans. The presidency is run by a Republican. If Joe Biden wins this coming election, that means the House will be run by Democrats. Joe Biden, who's a Democrat, will hold the presidency. And that means the Senate is really the one thing that's up for grabs. Now, from what I've been reading, I think it only takes 4. The Democrats need to win 4 chairs in order to hold the Senate. So it's not like it's a long shot. Based on what's been happening lately, this is almost a guarantee that the Democrats are going to win over the Senate. I've seen multiple people here on this channel alone state they will not vote for Mitch McConnell again. He is not getting their vote. Come election time, everybody that's in office right now in the Senate is gone. So the likelihood of the Democrats winning over the Senate is very high as of today. Now, what does all this mean in regards to the next stimulus package and the second stimulus check and unemployment and additional funding, right? You're probably wondering, what does this mean? Well, let me explain what this means. All right. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin has said multiple times, and he said it again the other day, that the next stimulus package would be passed by July 31st. That's great, but here's the reason why I think he is wrong. The Democrats and the Republicans are too far apart right now, and this is going to be proven to be very difficult to have some type of quick resolution. They're too far apart with everything, okay? Especially their budget. Democrats want a $3 trillion budget. Republicans want $1 trillion. That's huge. That's a big gap. $2 trillion is a huge gap to overcome. Not only that, the Democrats, okay, obviously they want the second stimulus check to go to more people. That could be another sticking point. Republicans want to go to less people. That could be a sticking point. Unemployment wants to go $600 a week for Democrats for a little bit longer through the end of this year. Republicans, $200 to $400. And for how long, we don't know. So these little things could potentially drag out for weeks. Now, if you remember, the Senate comes back into session on July 20th, 5 days from today. They have until August 7th to pass something. But here's what you need to know. The Senate, if they go and pass a new bill, it has to be approved and passed by the House. What most people are not telling you is that the House goes on recess on August 1st. So they go on recess on August 1st, a week before the Senate. And Nancy Pelosi has already stated that if this bill is not passed prior to the day they go on recess, she wouldn't be opposed to skipping their August recess. That's great. That's great. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. So, she holds a little bit of weight, right? So what she says, probably is going to happen if there's not anything passed by July 31st. The House would technically need to skip or postpone their recess, their August recess, at least a week to potentially get something done. That's what most people haven't been saying. That's what most people don't really understand. It's just because the Senate is in session, that's great. But the problem is if they pass something the week that the House is not in session and they go back to their states, that means they have to come back to Capitol Hill sometime, hopefully the first week of August or whatever, and pass this bill before it can land on the desk of Donald Trump for him to sign as a bill. Now, I know a lot of people out there are struggling. A lot of people are still not working. There's 43% of people on unemployment have not received any money. That is huge. When 20 million people are on unemployment and 43% of those people have not received a single unemployment check, that's staggering. That's huge. So here's what I want you to do. Okay? Now, you may qualify for a pandemic EBT card, which will help you go and buy food. Okay? It's also called SNAP EBT. So one of the things that you can do right now, you can go to google.com and type in pandemic EBT and your state. You have to apply within your state. So I'm in Washington State. So if I needed some assistance to go and buy food for myself or my family, my kids, I would go to google.com and type in Washington State Pandemic EBT. And here's where you will see who qualifies for this EBT program. Who qualifies for potentially getting hundreds of dollars on an EBT card so that you can go and buy food. I know a lot of people right now are struggling. Okay? There's something else I want you to do. I don't want you to wait around for a second stimulus check. I don't want you to wait around for potentially seeing an extension on unemployment. I don't want you to wait around and hope for some type of tax break or tax deduction that you won't see immediately. Right? What I want you to do is I want you to be proactive and learn some new skills. This is exactly why I published a video last night where I show you how to earn $740 for free downloading ebooks. So if you haven't watched that video, I will link to that video down in the description box below. You can also watch it by clicking this link right there. Now, the last thing I want you to do, first off, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It just tells YouTube this is a good video. You should share it with others here on YouTube. But the last thing that I want to do, over the next couple of days, actually the next probably 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I will continue to do a second stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, there might not be a lot of updates to go in those videos, so here's what I'm going to do. In the beginning of the videos, I'm going to provide a brief little update on the second stimulus check. If there's something new, I will also provide a brief update on the stimulus package if there's something new. But what I plan on doing is incorporating rental assistance, pandemic EBT, Social Security, different ways to make money online. I'm going to start including and incorporating more of those segments in the next videos over the next 4 days, next 4 to 5 days. So if there's something specific that you want to see, for example, rental assistance in Albany or in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or something, just anything, right? Please ask your questions down in the comment section below. I'm gonna use the comment section on all these videos to make up the next 4 to 5 videos, and I want to do that to help you guys out. Now, if you have any additional questions outside of that or something very specific that maybe I don't see and I don't answer, please go over to my Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/homemade-entrepreneur, and you can send me direct messages there that I will get to as soon as possible. So again, thanks for watching this video. This has been your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for July 15th. I will see you guys tomorrow. Like always, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button if you learned something, you stayed educated, and you had fun. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.